Hey kids, it's Mrs. Compton, and we're gonna do chapter 2, lesson 5 today. And this one's actually really fun because we get to make something. So let's check out this favorite team sport tally chart here. So check it out, see what you notice. Maybe you notice that there are 4 different sports listed, and maybe you even notice the ball representing the sport is there too. And then maybe you saw that there were tally marks to represent soccer, basketball, baseball, and football. So it looks like this is showing a survey result of people voting for their favorite team sports. So what I like to do when I have tally marks is I actually just like to write down what the actual number is. That's just my strategy. Maybe you would like to do that. Maybe you wouldn't like to do it. But I'm going to check this out here, and I can see that I have a 5 right here and another 5 and 2 more tallies. So I could count it 5, 10, 11, 12, or I could just know that 2 groups of 5 makes 10, 11, 12. So I'm going to write 12 next to soccer. Actually, I think I'm going to take off that line right there. I don't want it to look like negative 12. Okay, so 12 goes for soccer. And then how many go for basketball? Is that just 4? It looks like just 4 tallies to me. So I'm going to mark down 4. And then here's baseball. Looks like baseball's the favorite sport of the people surveyed. And I know for sure that this is 10. So I'll say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Looks like 14 are there. And then football has 5, and then it looks like 4 more right there. So I know 5 plus 4 makes 9. Okay, so this is just kind of to help organize my brain. You don't have to do part of this, or you don't have to write the numbers down on the side. I just like to do that. All right, so now we have this giant thing down here, and what in the world is this? Well, let me tell you what. This is where it gets fun. We get to take this information and turn it into a bar graph today. So it says favorite team sport right here at the top. So right down here, see this blank spot right here? I think I'm going to do the same. I'm just going to write favorite team sport right there. Then I see all these blue lines and then these black bars here. And I have to decide which way I'm going to make my bars go, because I'm going to design a bar graph. So will I make them go up and down, or will I make them go across? So I actually think, because these bars are facing in this direction, these bars are going up and down here, I actually think I'm going to make a bar graph with the numbers going across the bars. So we're going to design that together. So then over here, I'm thinking this is where I write the sport. See how it says sport right here? I think I'm going to write sport right there. Basically, I'm just turning this information into this thing over here. So the first line here says soccer, so I'm going to put soccer there. And then I bet you know what's coming next. Basketball, followed by baseball and football, right? So I've got my information that is from this chart here, right over here. Now, I have to think about what my numbers will be. So my scale. So what do I want to count by for my number of students? So that's my vote right here. So I had 12 students, I had 4 students, 14 and 9. So think about, what's the lowest number of votes? What's the highest number of votes? So we have to have a number at least that goes up to 14, because baseball had 14 votes. And then I know my first number is going to start with 0. But then do I want to count by 1s? Do I want to count by 2s or 3s or 4s? So let's check it out. Do we even have enough to count by 1s? Because we would need 14 spaces. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I can't even count by 1s. So I can't do that. Counting by 3s doesn't really make sense here, because I have a 4 and a 14, and those aren't really, well, I'm not going to say those numbers when I count by 3. So how about 2? I'll say 12 if I count by 2. I'll say 4 if I count by 2. I'll say 14 if I count by 2. The only one I won't say is 9. So I think 2 is a good choice. So this line will be 0 and then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, so I call this my scale. Okay, so now this is the cool part where we actually get to fill in the bars. So I'm going to go first with soccer. Soccer had 12. So remember, this first bar is 0. So then when I get here, it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I'm trying to get there. Okay, so I'm going to end it right there where it says 12. Now, I'm going to actually color in my bar. So you'll want to color in your bar too. So let's see. I'll make that one purple. Oh, I didn't quite make that all the way purple, just part of it purple. Gotta do that too. Okay, so that should look like it lands on the 12 for soccer. Okay, let's do basketball next. We know it's going to be a 4, so we know this one's going to be short. So I'm going to get my tool out again, and I'm going to start at 0. Remember, this line right here is 0. So 0 goes to 2, and then it goes to 4, because I chose to skip count by 2s. All right, so I'm going to get my colors. You get your colors too. You got to choose both. There we go. Goes to number 4 with red. Okay, up next, the fave, baseball. It's not my fave, but maybe it's your fave. I don't know. Let's find out. Let us fill in all the way to the 14. Okay, count by 2s with me. Ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. All right. So I'm going to put this one in a different color. You choose a different color. It's kind of nice to color code these things. There's my blue for baseball. And then football, let's see, we only had 9. So we have to kind of plan this one out. So here's 8 and here's 10. Where will I put 9? So just like on a number line, sometimes there are numbers that are missing, but that doesn't mean they're not there. You just can't see them. So I know 9 would go right between 8 and 10. So I'm going to stop right between 8 and 10. All right, here we go. Count by 2s with me until we get to 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, we can't go to 10. That won't work. We can't stay at 8. That won't work. So we are going to go 2, 4, 6, 8. Halfway between 8 and 10 would be 9. All right, so let's get our colors out. Let's see here. Gotta get my colors going. How about, oh man, I forgot to do this step. You gotta highlight that first and then you pick your color. All right, let's go with lavender. All right. So now you can see we have our whole chart filled in and it matches the tally chart, which is so important. It says favorite team sport. I have favorite team sport. It says sport. It says sport over here for what I did. The only thing I really changed was it says tally here. Well, down here, these aren't really tallies anymore. So I decided to do number of students. And then I made my scale. That's the number I chose to count by. I made it friendly to the numbers here. So I had to think about my lowest number, which was 4, and my highest number here in this case was 14. So I had to make it fit. All right, kids, so as you are designing your things, you have to really think about what your scale will be, what number you're going to count by, and does it make sense with the information you collected? All right, kids, I'll see you next time. Bye.